पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिता भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथिता पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्.
So, we have started, we have extensively discussed the introduction Swamiji has given, plus whatever you have understood. Now we will go into the chapter itself. Yeah.
Prashant is calling.
Yeah.
Class already. Right, okay. Prashant, he is not able to attend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Verse 1. Verse 1. Arjuna's question. Arjuna uvacha evam satata yukta ye bhaktastvām paryupasate ye chaptyakshara madhyaktam itesham ke yogavittamaha. Arjuna uvacha said, Ye bhaktaha, those devotees who evam satata yuktaha are abidingly committed in this manner, tvam paryupasate, meditate upon you, ye cha api, and also those who tvam paryupasate seek you, aksharam as one who is not subject to decline, avyaktam who is not available for objectification, tesham among them, ke who yoga vittamaha or the great knowers of yoga. Arjuna said, in this manner, also footnote as stated in the last verse of the previous chapter, 11.55.
Yeah, the mat karma krit, mat bhakta, mat paramam. That is what he is referring to. As referred to by these words, mat karma krit, mat paramam, mat bhakta. So as stated in those devotees, this basically in a way he is asking the same question in a different manner, like Sthita Prajna Ka Bhasha. That's the same thing.
Yes,
he doesn't want to annoy Krishna, so putting it in different words, that's all. But same question he is asking, yeah.
In this manner, those devotees who abidingly meditate upon you, and also those who seek you as one who is not subject to decline and not available for objectification. Who among them are the greatest knowers of yoga? After seeing the Vishwarupa, Arjuna asked this question based upon what he saw. His question proves that the vision did not solve his problem. He still
that is why I was telling, even though the verses appeared that Arjuna was able to tell all that, but it is all basically Bhashyakara's interpretation of what Arjuna said. That is not that he knows, because the very fact that he is asking this question, that means he has not understood fully. Even though he praised Bhagavan, it is only by seeing Bhagavan in the Vishwarupa, he understood, everything is you, all that he is told. But the import of it, he didn't understand, because with that understanding, he would not have asked this question, and also he would not have feared the Vishwarupa. Why he feared? Because he separated himself from the Vishwarupa. And that means he has not understood what it means, that Bhagavan is, you are the whole, you are everything and all. When you say, you must be able to understand that when you are saying you are everything and you are limitless, the limitless must include you also. No, without you, limitless becomes limited. That part of it he has not comprehended. That is why he is asking this question. Who among them are the sense, like whomsoever is contemplating upon you as a whole, whom among them is very great, and all that he is asking, because there is some hazy understanding that the wholeness is what you have to meditate upon, but the wholeness is meditating comes later. First comes understanding. Only what you understand you can meditate. See, meditation is not a technique to keep you silent or keep you without thoughts and all that. That is all a technique. That will help in terms of improving your infrastructure, in terms of sitting and studying and all. But we are not talking about that sort of a meditation. Okay, the tapas or the dhyana which jnanis do is after understanding. After understanding, when you do tapas, it is what you call it is to jnana nishtha, to be in one unison with Ishvara, with the full understanding what it is all about. In that case, you won't ask this question, who is better, who is greater and all that. So this question itself proves that the vision did not solve his problem. That is what I was just telling at that time. Now Bhagavan himself is saying that. And let us see how it goes. Yeah.
He still maintained a division. Here Arjuna wants to know who is superior, a karma yogi who is doing upasana or a jnani. The karma yogi is doing meditation upon the Vishwarupa. The sannyasi is contemplating on Akshara Parabrahma. One pursues Saguna Brahma and the other Nirguna Brahma. Which is better? The question has certain implications. It is not who is the more exalted among these two, but rather who is closer to moksha. Evam reveals a connection to what was said earlier. The reference Shankara says is to the previous verse in which Bhagavan talked about the Karma Yogi as Mat Karma Krit, etc. By saying Evam, Arjuna brings to Lord Krishna's mind what was said in the last verse of the previous chapter. Satatam means constantly. Yukta means committed. Those who are constantly engaged in this manner, Evam Satata Yuktaha, performing actions for Bhagavan, living a committed life of Karma Yoga, as explained in the previous verse. They are Bhaktaha, devotees, because they perform karma with Ishwararpana Buddhi, looking upon Dharma as Ishwara. Defining Bhaktas, Shankara says Ananya Saranaha. Ananya Saranaha, those for whom there is no other refuge. Others, the Artatis, use Bhagavan to assist them in their accomplishments. Their Sharana refuge is in money, power and so on, and not in Ishvara. But those who are desirous of liberation, who are Bhaktas, find their refuge only in Ishvara. Gaining him is moksha for them. Besides doing karma, they meditate paryupasate upon Bhagavan as one who is everything, as was shown in the Vishwarupa Darshana. This chapter reveals many things, but it can be the most confusing chapter in the Gita. Understanding it requires a lot of background. You must know what is upasana, dhyana, karma, yoga and jnana to understand it. What is said here could not have been said earlier because all these things have to be covered. The karma yogis who meditate are one group. The other group, he says, are those who pursue Brahman that is not subject to change, akshara, and not available as an object, abhyakta, which is the nature of Atma. Of these, Arjuna wants to know who are the ones who are nearer to moksha. Throughout the Gita, Brahman is described as a of Avyakta as that which cannot be objectified, Akarana Gochara.
Hello?
Swamiji.
Yeah. There was some problem you have to start talking 2 minutes before because I got disconnected. Yeah, please.
We didn't know that. You were there.
I was trying to contact. Like you start from this throughout the Gita.
Throughout the Gita, Brahman is described as Akshara. that which is not subject to decline, na ksharati iti aksharam, and avyakta, that which is free from all upadhis, because it has no attributes. But earlier, that is in the 10th and 11th chapters, it was described as having attributes, Saguna Brahma. Do we have two Brahmans? No, we have only one Brahman, whose Swarupa is Nirguna, free from everything, pure consciousness. It becomes Saguna because of the Upadhi of Maya. Saguna Brahma has attributes, Nirguna Brahma does not have. This is the difference. Avyakta can mean that which is not manifest or that which is not available as an object. What is unmanifest can be the cause, Maya. The Karana Maya is unmanifest and therefore Avyakta. But here Shankara gives the meaning of Avyakta as that which cannot be objectified, Akarana Gochara. An object of the senses or mind, the instruments of knowing, is called Karana Gochara. What is not an object of the instruments of knowing is Akarana Gochara. That is not to say it cannot be known. It is just not an object of the instruments of knowing. An object is something other than yourself, which you come to know through various means of knowledge. But this is you and therefore not an object. Anything not available for objectification is Avyakta. Shankara makes a note about the origin of the word. The word Vyakta has the meaning of that which is manifest. It is derived from the root Anj, V plus Anj, Vyanj, which has the meaning of to manifest, to be available for objectification. Therefore, anything that is manifest and is available for objectification is called Vyakta. And anything that is not available for objectification is called Avyakta. Atma is not an object of anything. It is always the subject. Therefore, it is said to be Avyakta. Avyakta does not mean it is unknown, only that it is not an object. It is always the Chaitanya Swarupa, the subject. The question is between yogis who are seeking Nirguna Brahma and the Karma yogis doing their karmas with Ishvaraprana Buddhi and meditating upon Saguna Brahma, who is better. In fact, the superlative affix Tama is used. Who are the best? What is the meaning of best here? What Arjuna wants to know is who are nearer to moksha. The Gita looks upon the sannyasi as a jnani because he is committed only to jnana. And Lord Krishna has said that the jnani is himself. Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. A comparison between him and the karma yogi is not valid. Krishna is going to say the karma yogis, those who meditate upon Saguna Brahma, are better off. Introducing
beautiful. The most important part is when if you look at in isolation, the karma yogis, those who meditate upon Saguna Brahma are better off. Then people may think that that people who are doing Ishvara Upasana are what is dear to Bhagavan, or what is the ultimate yogi. That may be the thinking. Here, what he is trying to say is that for a person who understands Atma is equal to Brahman and Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, Aikyam, there is only the being. That is, we have been discussing that. That is Desa Kala Vastu Aparichinnam Sat Chit Ananda Swarupam Chaitanyam. That a person who knows that he is not under discussion for comparison. Because Bhagavan has already discounted him from the discussion, saying that Jnanitu Atmaiva Mematam. He and me are one and the same. Leave him alone in the discussion. Others only are compared. Nirguna Brahma Upasana or Saguna Brahma Upasana, both the cases when you do Upasana, meaning Upasana you will do only on the other. That is that which is other than you. Whereas a person who has already understood, he and Ishvara Brahman are one and the same. So he doesn't come in the picture at all. So we should not get confused. That is why he says, the Karma Yogis, those who meditate are better off. But he says, only with reference to meditation and dhyanam, other people who worship Bhagavan as Ishvara, or that he is trying to, whatever he has understood, he is trying to consolidate in Nididhyasanam, All those people, the people who are yogis, who are doing sitting on meditation and trying to become one with Bhagavan. Here, Jnani or the person who has totally understood is already with Bhagavan. There is no question of becoming. He is being. There is a difference between being and becoming. So, only becoming people are getting compared. So, then becoming people, when they are getting compared, there can be two kinds of Avyakta. One is unmanifest and manifest. Another is the Param Purul, what we say, from whom the unmanifest manifest also comes. Like even in Lalita Sahasranamam, you say Pancha Tanmatra Sayakaha. There is a Pancha Tanmatra Sayakaha means Pancha Tanmatra Sayakaha is nothing but Maya Shakti. With the Sahayam, with the armed with Pancha Tanmatra, that is Avyakta, meaning the five, what you call, Panchikaranam is going to happen now. That is earth, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, water are going to be individualized. Prakriti is going to start. And before starting the Prakriti, the Ishvara Shakti differentiates into five. The first differentiation is Pancha, 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 like that. So that Panchikaranam, just before the creation starts, what is before Pralayam, what is there is the Panchikrita Brahma Swarupam. That is Maya, basically. Now, that between Maya Upasaka and Brahma Upasaka, comparison is not there. Between the person who understands the Maya and Shakti as Saguna Brahman, actually it is only Maya Shakti. Whereas I am not subject to Maya. Maya Shakti is fine in terms of Ishvara Shakti, but I am not subject to Maya. That is avidya. In the sense, if you don't understand this Maya Shakti, that will threaten you, like what Arjuna is feeling. So the threatening comes only when you don't understand. If you understand, still there will be Maya. There will be Maya, there will be creation and all that, but you will understand. Oh, these are all Shakti, Ishvara's Shakti, and it is appearing in differentiated forms. Once I understand, then I will not have any, any fear that what I have told, no, Uttaramantaram Kurute Atatasya Bhayam Bhavati. That here Arjuna is separating himself from the Vishwarupa. That Bhayam will not be there. So, the person who is compared is only a person who is understanding that looking at Saguna Brahma and Ishvara and doing Upasana, and the other person who understands Nirguna Brahma is Bhagavan, but Saguna Brahma is the origin of the creation and all that. Between them, who is superior, who is not. That is what is going to be described. So, we should not bring in a person who is already understood. After going through the earlier chapters, once who has already understood that Ishvara Oham or Desakala Vastu Parichinnam is Atma, Atma is Brahman, and it is like Jnani tu Atmaima Mevatam. That person is excluded from the discussion. That is what you have to be carefully, otherwise we will get confused. That's what he has already told, cautioned us before getting into the 12th chapter. Yeah.
Introducing the next verse, Sankara has this to say: those, however, who are contemplating upon Akshara Brahma and who therefore have a clear vision of Brahman and are free from the three types of desires ought to be left alone. They are already sannyasis, so let us not talk about them here, because as Bhagavan has said, they are myself. Three types of desires, what are the three types of desires? Who are free from three types of desires, children.
The Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. Prakriti Guna. Prakriti Guna only drives the desires. All of us are born, whether the fact we are discussing means we are born. And we all have three types of desires. Sattvic, only the scale varies. So, person who is already well advanced will have more of Sattvic desire, less of Rajasic and Tamasic. A person who is more active in life and very restless, he will have more of Rajasic desires. And fellow is a dull-headed, not educated, very lazy fellow will have Tamasic desires. So, those three desires are what is propelling us. That's what he is trying to say. What he says here, Yeah?
Talk about jnanis for contemplate.
They are, see, and are free from the three types of desires, or because a jnani is not even having sattvic desire. See, that is why the sattvic desirous peoples are karma yogis. They are on advanced stage already. That is why they are sattvic. They are doing upasana, meditation, everything. But still, they are not at one with Bhagavan, one with Ishvara, or one with Brahman. Okay. So, because of that, the sattvic desire, that is why the punya karma is not going to just keep on accumulating punyam. You're a dharmic person, you keep on accumulating punyam, doing this pratam, that pratam, all upasana, all the time spending. But the fact is, when you are doing this upasana and when you are trying to accumulate punya, for you still Ishvara is the other. So as long as Ishvara is the other, that's what there is a famous statement by Swamiji himself. Unless you seek, you won't make it. But as long as you seek, you won't make it.
Okay.
So seeking has to stop. You have to start. But you can't endlessly seeking. You will get to accumulate more and more punya. What will happen? You will go to, you will go to Swarga Loka, like the other lokas, Putra Loka, like various scales of lokas are there. Like Anandamaya, I was telling, various scales are there. You keep on going there. Even if you go to Brahma Loka, there again you have to get the understanding. Brahma has to tell you Tattvamasi. And what you will say, what I have been done so much of tapas and I have come here. You are telling the same thing what the Guru told in earth. He will be disappointed. Then Brahma will say, yeah, correct. What the Guru told you in the earth is only the truth. I cannot change it. So, ultimately you have to understand, jnani tu atmaiva mematam. There is no second thing. There is no thing. Not even second thing. Forget second thing. There is no thing. There is only being. That is the reality. That understanding, till the time it is happening, you will be only compared. Whether a person with sattvic desire is better, or a person with rajasic desire better. A scientist is better, or a jnani, or a person sitting in the cave is better. These are all the comparisons we will keep doing. That is not the idea. The idea is not whether your desires are sattvic or whether you are intellectually, you are very refined, your abstract understanding is very good and all. No. Ultimately, you have to understand that there is no Desakala Vastu Aparichinna Atma. The being alone is the reality. Everything else is only as though. Sokale Satyavad Bhati Prabhote Asat. It all gets cancelled. Because the understanding is everything. That at that point in time, what will happen once you understand it? Jnani tu Atmaiva me matam, meaning what? I am only there as Vishwarupa everywhere. There is nothing that excludes. Doesn't exclude Arjuna, doesn't include you or me. That is Vishwarupa. So that understanding has to, then only you can go, like Swamiji always says, you must go on the side of the Mayavi and see the world. If you, as long as subject yourself to Maya, you will be, however exalted you are, you can be a yogi. Exalted yogi you can be. But unless you go to the side of the Mayavi and see that I am the Mayavi, because there is no, Mayavi means what? That which appears, there is nothing else. Only the Mayavi alone is there, meaning the being alone is there. So that understanding, till the time and understanding, there will be comparison. So the comparison is about the people with sattvic desire, rajasic desire, kama desire. That is where the comparison is for. Only the likes can be compared. No, we always say apples and oranges should not be compared and all that. So only the likes should be compared. So the likes are only yogis at different stages in life. But whereas jnani tu atmaiva mematam, leave him out of the discussion when you are discussing this. That's what he has given us as a prelude and then goes into the discussion. Yeah.
Swamiji?
Yeah.
Swamiji, I have a doubt here. Sattvam, Tamas and Rajas are three gunas.
Yes.
Whereas the three desires are Artham, Kamam and Moksham. I think they are mentioning about these.
No, moksha, that is no dharma, artha, kama.
They are the three desires, na?
No, artha, kama, moksha is not there. Dharma, artha, kama. Moksha, you leave it out. That's what I am trying to say. Dharma, artha, kama. Dharmic, the person who is pursuing only dharma is sattvic. The person who pursues artha and kama along with dharma is a mixture of sattvic and rajasic and tamasic. A person who pursues only kama is more what do you call tamasic compared to the other fellow who is rajasic. So you can say that way, like rajasic, tamasic, sattvic you can say, or dharma, artha, kama you can say. Yeah, we can say dharma, artha, kama. Dharma, only person who is committed only to dharma, he is sattvic. A person who wants to pursue artha with can be rajasic. A person who pursues only kama is tamasic. So between them there can be comparison, but not a person who pursues moksha and understood that jnanitu atmaiva mematam. He is not compared. He is not compared here. That's what it is.
Swamiji, how can dharma be a desire? Because dharma is
dharma is a desire because why? For punya, for accumulating punya. I have no artha kama desire. I am very clear that artha kama does not help me. But I want to be a punyavan so that I can go to Swarga. Swarga kamaha ajeta, it is there, no? Actually people who are, that is why dharma is also an independent purushartha only in our religion. Whereas every other religion talks about only an artha and kama. And of course, dharma as ethics. Okay, don't harm others, do unto others as you would like others do unto you. That is only ethical background for artha and kama pursuit. Artha and kama pursuit is main for most religions. Only in our religion, dharma is a separate pursuit, which will lead us to better births later, punya accumulation. But even that is not, even that person is compared here, no doubt. Definitely he is better compared to the person who is pursuing artha and kama. That is definite. Because he will go to a better world, because there is a greater possibility of his asking the right questions, getting the guru, the Ishvara, what do you call, Ishvara Anugraha. So he may, at some point in time, he may ask the question, okay, I am doing all punya, karmas, everything, by all the time I am Bhagavan, still something I am not satisfied. Like Narada asked. Narada asked the same question to Sanat Kumara. I know everything, I have done all know grammars I know and all that, but still I am not happy. What is the reason? Then Sanat Kumara said that you know everything, you are dharmic, you are even the three loka sanchari and all, it's all fine, but what you are supposed to know, you have not known. You and there is no Brahman other than you. That you have to understand. Then he gets, listen, that is a sort of example, Shastra example of Narada getting the Upadesha from Sanat Kumara.
right, Swamiji.
Yeah.
They are already sannyasis, so let us not talk about them here, because as Bhagavan has said, they are myself. There is no comparison between them and the karma yogis at all. It is legitimate to compare those karma yogis who are doing upasana with those who are kevala karma yogis. Karma is duty and daily worship. Upasana is meditation. Though upasana is also worship, it is mental worship. So we consider it separately. The karma yogi has Ishvararpana buddhi and recognizes Ishvara as the karma phala data, the giver of the fruits of actions, and karma dhyaksha, the one who presides over the law of karma. Recognizing Ishvara, he does his karma, but whether it is oral or physical, it is not meditation. When the action is purely mental, with Saguna Brahma as the object, it becomes meditation. If it were just mental activity, then worry also would be meditation. In order to distinguish upasana from karma, it is defined as Saguna Brahma Vishaya Manasa Vyapara. Activity is common to both. In performing Agnihotra, there is Saguna Brahma Vishaya Vyapara. The difference is, in meditation it is purely a Manasa Vyapara, in a ritual it is not. Therefore, whenever you see the word upasana or sometimes dhyana, it means meditation. Those who are karma yogis and combine their daily karmas with meditation on Ishvara will be said here as yuktatmas. The sannyasis are not available for such comparisons. Suppose someone wants to get a degree. You cannot say those who have gained the degree are superior. You leave them out of any comparison altogether. It is the same with the sannyasi. He is as good as Akshara Brahma, so the question of superiority does not arise. That is the end you want to be, which is why Shankara says, Tavat Tishtantu. Leave them alone. Bhagavan will talk about them later.
What you want to say?
Shall I read?
Yeah.
Shall I read, Mami? Which verse we are?
Yuktatma, before Swamiji,
Verse.
that Yuktatma, before we read about Yuktatmas in 3rd chapter and 4th chapter and all. They are all Karma Yogis, not Jnana Yogi.
Which one we are talking about?
The 3rd chapter, 3rd or 4th, I am not very.
Fourth chapter it comes like
Yuktatma,
wait, I will 4.18. What it is karmani akarmaya paschet akarmani cha karmaya akarmani cha karmaya what is that akarmani cha karmaya buddhi sa buddhiman manushyesu sa Yuktaha Krishna Karma Krita. That will come. Sa Yuktaha Krishna Karma Krita. See, that is actually a person who, you can say that person, since he says in karma, akarma, meaning actionlessness in action, he already is understood. That is there, definitely. There is understanding that. He is not a karma yogi. He is already a jnani. But Yukta Tamas, where is it there? Okay.
I think it is in the
5th chapter. Yeah, there are some places where he has said, no, what do you call, he says at one place, Sannyasastu Mahabhago Dukkam Maptum Ayogataha. See, there again he says that Ayogataha means not Yuktaha. Not Yuktaha is, if you are not yet ready, that is where the person who is with the Yukta Atma is getting ready. See, unless you are ready, you are qualified, like you are already a karma yogi, then only you can take to what is sannyasa. That is fine. But even at the karma yogi level, you can be an exalted karma yogi. That is what Yukta Atma. You can be a Yukta Atma. But you have to get that jnanam, that understand. Even though karma yogi, you can be a Yukta Tama, meaning you may be equipped with yoga fully. You are really committed. That later also it comes. Yata pravritti bhutanam yena sarvam itam tatam swakarmana tam abhyarche siddhim vindati manava. There again, siddhim is explained as, Bhashya very clearly explained, siddhi means you are ready for jnanam. That's all. Yata pravritti bhutanam yena sarvam itam tatam. Later also it comes. Yata pravritti bhutanam yena sarvam itam tatam. In the sense, everything is dedicated to Ishvara. Yata pravritti bhutanam, Vella you are only doing. Yena yata pravritti bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam. You are everything and all pravritti is emanating from you. Even if you understand, that understanding only is siddhim vindati manavi. Now you are ready. Once you understand that the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Prasada Buddhi, everything is Ishvara, everything emanates from, all actions emanate from you and all objects belong to you. So I get it only as Prasada. Once you have that understanding thoroughly, that is also only you are ready. Your preparedness for jnanam is ready. Thereafter also, siddhi there is only you are a yukta tamaha. In the sense you are ready. And then you get the upadesa, saying that you and what we have said in the 2nd chapter. Like nasato vidyate bhavaha na bhava vidyate sataha ubayorobi drishtantaha tu anayoho tattva darshibhi. You have to get the tattva darshanam. Once you are ready, you have to sit with the Acharya, and when he says that you are Tattvamasi, like Upanishads and all that, it tells you that you are there is nothing other than me. Sadeva Satyam, Idamagre Asid, Vacharambanam, everything else is only Vacharam, changing, which I have been telling that. Vacharambanam, Vikaram, Namadeva, everything is only name and form. The changeless being is Desakala Vastu Aparichinnam, the changeless being, Sat and Chit, Chaitanyam. That is what is the Jnanam. Unless you get the Jnanam, however good you are as a Yukta Tamaha, it doesn't help. And once a person gets the understanding, he is not available for comparison. Bhagavan has said, Jnanitu Atmaiva Mematam. He is already the being. He is not becoming anymore. Leave him out in this discussion. And you talk about other Yukta Tamas, like what you are asking. What is that Yukta Tama? Wherever Karma Yogi is talked about, there are exalted Karma Yogi, like Yata Pravritti Bhutanam Mena Sarvam Nitam Tatam, everything in Ishvara. He is not looking for punya and all that. He doesn't want to be going to lokas and all. And he is not interested in rituals. And that sort of a person who is committed only to freedom, understanding. A person who is looking for only understanding, that fellow is exalted. Now he is ready. He can be compared, but he still not got the jnanam like the jnani has. So the person who has got the jnanam, leave him out. Don't compare. Otherwise you will get confused. Whether a jnani is sitting in meditation or a karma yogi sitting in meditation, who is better? You cannot ask that question, he says.
That I understand.
So actually, that is very important.
This only I think I told Yoga Yukto Vishuddhatma Vijitatma Jirendriyaha Sarva Atma Bhutatma Kurvannapi Na Lipyate. Fifth chapter. Yoga Yukto Vishuddhatma Vijitatma
Antakarana Shuddhi. Vishuddhatma means what? Antakarana Shuddhi. He is ready now. He is a Siddhim in the what I have told is
ready.
Who is ready for Jnanam. In the sense, his commitment is only to Jnanam and he is not interested in other lokas and all that. So that sort of a person is a Yukta. That is what he is going to be compared with the person who is just meditating, who is doing Saguna Brahma Upasana and meditating upon some Ishta Devata. Compared to that, this person who is interested in Jnanam and getting ready to acquire an internal infrastructure for, actually generally in my discussion, I never talk about people who are doing meditating on upasana along with karma for getting to other lokas. That is also meditation is there, tapas is there. But we are not interested. When we come to the topic of Gita's Upadesha is Brahma Vidya, we are interested in a yoga, karma yoga, which will help me give an infrastructure, which will get me to a guru who will explain to me what is the reality. So that is the sort of yoga and karma yoga we are interested in. We are not interested in a karma yogi who is a upasaka, the Devi upasaka, who is able to sit in meditation for long hours and doing the upasana and all that. They may be good, but we are not interested in that. But the comparison here is that sort of a yogi also is available in the Shastra. That he is going to compare and explain to us. That is not going to be, we are not interested in that. He is going to tell that. A upasaka who is interested in developing the internal infrastructure so that whenever he is ready, he is able to sit with the guru and understand the subject matter of Brahma Vidya and get ultimate freedom. That person is better than the person who is sitting yogic upasana, upasana attached to karma, who is looking for Swarga and other lokas. That person, compared to that person, this person who is ready for moksha, abhyasa or Brahma Vidya, he is better, he is going to tell that. So, but still both of them are yogis. Both of them have not got the understanding of Brahma Vidya. So the person who has already got the understanding of Brahma Vidya, leave him out. Look at the other yogis. That is what he is going to tell. So that is what we have to look at. Yeah.
When we read the third, fourth chapter and all, after reading this, there's a misunderstanding that, he is talking about Jnani here. Only now we are able to understand.
That's why he is differentiating, because there can be certain confusion, because meditation and dhyanam and all are there. But what you are, most important part is, unless you understand even if you do, once you understand you are one with unison with Ishvara, Brahman and all that, that level of upasana is very different. In the sense that is nididhyasanam, that he will be sitting there only as a jnana nishta to remove the what you call viparita bhavana and all that. So Shravanam is already over. Mananam, all his doubts are already clear. He knows that he is cognitively, he knows that he is Brahman, and to consolidate that, he sits in Nididhyasanam, and wherein he does the tapas on what he has understood. That is very different. That is not being compared here. The yogi is a karma yogi, but what level he is there? Whether he is at the level of doing the yoga for getting better births, or the person who is doing the meditation for the purpose of Antakarana Shuddhi, so that he can read Brahma Vidya. So between the two, who is better? Obviously, the person who is readying his mind for Brahma Vidya is better, because he is closer to moksha. Because he is seeking moksha. The other person is seeking better lokas. He is not even looking at moksha. Naturally, he will not be. That he will be telling that. As we go along, we will tell that. But what he says is, leave alone the jnanis for this comparison. A person who jnani is sitting in meditation should not be compared. That is what he is trying to say. Yeah.
Which sloka we are reading actually?
Second. Verses 2
Shall I read? Actually, I don't know where we are. Second, after that, many paragraphs are there. No?
No,
Yeah,
verses 2.
is before the 2-7, verses 2 to 7 is there, no?
Okay.
Last para. Before that, the last para.
1 second.
Verses 2 to 7 is there, right?
1 second.
So the first sloka, last para.
Being karma yogis.
Two types of karma yogis. Verses 2 to 7, he talks about two types of karma yogis. Bhagavan talks about the two types.
Verse 1, the
Is
end of
over.
the verse 1.
Verse 1 is over.
Yeah, we are finished.
Verse 1 is we have completed. So verse 2 to 7. Yeah.
Okay. Verse 2. I will read from verse 2.
Yeah.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Veshya Mano Yeman Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetas Teme Yukta Tamamata. Am I clear, sir? Verse 2. Audible is there? Audibility?
Yeah. We are audible. Yeah.
Ye. Those who Shraddhaya Paraya with unflinching faith, Upetaha are endowed, Mayi in me, Manaha, the mind, Aveshya, committed, Nitya Yukta, being ever united. That you explained, na? Nitya Yukta.
Yeah.
Mam, me, Upasate, meditate, they, Yuktama, Yuktamaha, as the most exalted, Me Mataha, are considered by me. Sri Bhagavan said, endowed with unflinching faith, their minds committed to me, being ever united with me. Those who meditate upon me are considered by me as the most exalted. This is my vision. Those who worship committing their mind to Parameshwara are karma yogis, as was said in the last chapter. Sankara says that they are devotees of Ishvara, who is the Lord of all yogis and all exalted devatas, the one who is all-knowing Sarvajna, and whose vision is not blinded by the afflictions of raga, and so vimukta ragadi kleshati nirdrashti.
No. Vimukta ragadi klesha timira drishti. Timira drishti is explained. Yeah, read.
Where is this? This is a different verse, no? Not in the Bhagavad Gita.
No, it is there. In the sense,
Vimukta regadi.
we have discussed this before, where Raga Dvesha, when was discussed in Karma Yoga, there it comes. Vimukta Ragadi klesha timira drishti. He is explaining that. Timira drishti is explaining.
It's Bhagavad Gita verse, Swamiji.
Avidya, ignorance, Asmita. He has not given the reference, but we have discussed this. Raga, Dveshadi, Klesha, Timira Drishti. I will find out what is the reference. He has not given the reference here. I will find out.
Okay. This is some chapter. Okay. Timira. Timira
Yeah, but he
Drishtati.
has explained already here. That is why he has not given the reference. You can read that.
Timira Drishtati is vision that is obscured because of cataract. Unlike blindness, it can be corrected by removing the cataract. Bhagavan is described here as the one who does not have Timira Drishti. This is only to say that he is unlike all of us. He is free from the fivefold afflictions. Klesha, beginning with Raga, which impair our recognition of Ishvara. Upon this Ishvara, they meditate upasate. Being karma yogis, they meditate with the most.
Avidya, ignorance, asmita, egoism, raga, like, dvesha, dislike, abhinivesha, attachment. That 5 kleshas he has explained.
Yeah. These things that we have discussed also. And the earlier chapters, Abhinivesha, I have discussed in
Yes, Abhinivesha also told us.
Yeah. So like this, all these are the afflictions making us feel. See, the problem is that Ishvara is above ignorance, obviously, egoism, because there is no object, there is no subject-object difference for you wants to have an asmita, egoism. Obviously, there is no like, dislike, and abhinivesha. When abhinivesha attachment means only when there is a second, there will be attachment. So, see, the person who is doing upasana on Ishvara, knowing fully well that he is vimukta ragadi klesha dimira drishti, he is clear. Like as far as Ishvara is concerned, he does not have any ignorance, he does not have any egoism, partiality, like, dislike, attachment and all that. He is above all that. That part of it, the upasaka is very clear. That because he is very clear, he is surrendering himself unto that Ishvara and doing the upasana, dhyanam and all that. That is fine. There is nothing wrong in that. But he is looking at that Ishvara as other than himself. That is where he is differentiated from Jnani. So that is why he says, don't leave out the Jnani. Look at this upasaka. So now he is explaining this upasaka. He is a person who is a devotee of the Lord, who is above all these 5 afflictions, 5 defects. That much he is understanding very clearly. So he is talking about that upasaka. Let us read that. Yeah. Timira Drishti starts with.
Avidya, ignorance, asmita, egoism, raga, likes, dvesha, dislikes, abhinivesha is attachment.
Yeah.
Being karma yogis, they meditate with utmost shraddha, parashraddha. Shraddha is commitment to Shruti. Whether they understand it or not, they give credence to the Shruti. They know that they have to understand what it says. This provisional acceptance of the Shruti's veracity is Shraddha. What kind of Shraddha? Means unflinching. Because of this, they can do their karma properly, even though they may sometimes not fully understand. These are definitely considered by me to be the most exalted yuktatama me mataha. This is my vision. They are near moksha. This I already read.
Yeah, one type of karma yogi is already described, saying that they are very close to moksha because then they are ready. They are very clear what it means. Raga dvesha means what, klesha means what, the avidya, ignorance means what, and all that they are very clear. Even though they have not yet understood, they look upon Ishvara who is free from all these things and they do the upasana on him. That is the one type of yogi he has described now. Let us see the next. Yeah.
Although those who worship Abhyakta, Aksharam Brahma are not different from Bhagavan himself. He does not want Arjuna to emulate them. Therefore, he presents these karma yogis as the one who are near him because he wants Arjuna to follow their example, knowing it is good for him. Suppose a 10-year-old asks, who of the two,
Which of the two books?
which of the two books he should read? Sorry, he should read Shakespeare's original plays or stories from Shakespeare written for children. You will recommend the children's book because it is suitable for the child. He will understand it and learn something from it. That is the point here. The very fact that Arjuna asks which is better indicates that he needs to follow Karma Yoga. That is better for him. So Bhagavan says Karma Yogis who are doing Upasana are Yukta Tamas. Does that mean the others are inferior? Verse 3. Etaksharama nirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra magichintyam cha sarvatra gamachintyam cha kutastha matalam dhruvam kutastam achalam dhruvam. 2. However, those who paryupasate contemplate upon aksharam, that which is not subject to decline, anirdeshyam, which is not describable, avyaktam, not available for objectification, sarvatra gam, all pervasive, achintyam cha, and not an object of thought, kutastam, which abides in maya, avalam, achalam, which does not move, dhruvam, which is eternal. However, those who contemplate upon that which is not subject to decline, not describable, not available for objectification, all pervasive, and not an object of thought, which abides in maya, does not move, and is eternal.
Yeah, there is this fourth sloka in our book, the latest edition, and the fourth sloka also is written along with that. Do you have the fourth sloka in that book?
First sloka is there.
But yeah, read that also.
First sloka.
Fourth.
Fourth I will read. One second.
Yeah, read. Yeah.
One second. Fourth. Sanniyandrendriya gramam sarvatra samabuddhaya te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite rataha. Sanniyasya, having complete mastery over indriya gramam, the group of sense organs, sarvatra, always, sama buddhayaha, those who are equal-minded, sarva bhuta hite rataha, those who take delight in or disposed to the welfare of all beings, te prapnuvanti, they gain, mam eva, me alone, having complete mastery over the group of sense organs, those who are always equal-minded and take delight in or disposed to the welfare of all beings, gain me alone. Alternative meaning. Having complete mastery over the group of sense organs, only those who are always equal-minded and take delight in or disposed to the welfare of all beings gain me. Both are look same, no?
Yeah, in the sense, see, the thing is that what he is trying to compare here is like a person.
But like he says, both are same only.
See, that's what I'm trying to. Then he is reading it together. That is fine. 3 and 4 are together in the sense the others. Does that mean others are inferior? And having said that, what are the other people are doing? They are doing what? They are doing what do you call? They have got the complete mastery over the group of sense organs. They are equal-minded. They take delight in the welfare of all beings. And see, the other person, he is doing upasana. This person is also a karma yogi, and the person who has got complete mastery over the group of sense organs are equal-minded and take delight in the welfare of all beings. What they do? They do karma along with upasana. The other person who is only contemplating, And what he does, he is looking at the Ishvara as all pervasive, and he abides in with Maya Shakti, he is doing everything. And that Ishvara Upasana he does. One is a person who does karma with total Shraddha in Bhagavan and being delighted in taking delight in the welfare of all beings, equal minded and complete mastery over the group of sense organs. He is a person who does karma along with the total Shraddha and surrender to Bhagavan. And as he said earlier, that he is understanding that Bhagavan is Vimukta Raga Dvesha Klesha Timira Drishti, and with total surrender he does to karma with the total surrender to Ishvara. Other person is contemplating upon Ishvara with the same. The Ishvara is total and is all pervasive and all he thinks, and he is doing the upasana. Now these are the people who are going to be compared with. One is a karma yogi who does on thinking about Bhagavan and does all the work in terms of being good to all people. The other person is karma yogi in the sense he is doing more of a contemplative kind of living. So within karma yogis only he is now distinguishing. Both of them are not at complete. They have not they got the Shraddha, but they do not have the understanding of Shastra as jnana, as sitting under the feet of a guru and learning and understanding that jnanito atmaiva mematam. That part of it is not yet gone. They have only karma yogis of different categories. One is a person who is more concentrating on karma with the Shraddha in Ishvara. The other person is more contemplatively disposed, but still he looks at Bhagavan as only a Saguna Brahma Manasa Vyapara, as Ishvara the other. Like putting an idol and doing all the avahanam and bringing in all the glories onto Bhagavan and does the upasana and surrender. Like what they call dasa, dasi and all that. So total surrender, that sort of an upasana. Between the two, he is going to compare. Now he is going to compare that. Yeah.
Lord Krishna is
difference. There is a slight difference between the two. Both are Ishvara Shraddha is there, but one is more of a karma yogi in the sense he does karma. The other person is more contemplative. So that differentiation is there. Karma and upasana. Actually, both are talked about. Even in Upanishad, that the upasana word can be karma upasana or jnana upasana. So that is where the upasana can confuse people. That is why he says the upasaka which I am talking about now as a yukta atma is not a jnani, is not an nididhyasanam person who is contemplating on the understanding which he has already got. He is contemplating on Sakuna Brahma Ishvara. He understands Ishvara is all powerful, almighty and all that, but still he is the other. Ananya Bhakti is not yet understood. He has understood that Ishvara is all powerful, almighty, and his total surrender is there. Even when he does karma and all, he understands that all beings are equal. We have to be good to all others because Bhagavan takes care of everything. That sort of that is how everyone starts basically. That is how that sort of a bhakti alone prepares your mind. As a preparation, it is okay, but still it is not equivalent to jnanam. That is what he wants us to understand. That is why there can be confusion. That's why he said, yeah.
We will continue next class.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. You can go through that also, earlier chapters also in the meanwhile. So tomorrow, next week we will discuss that further. Because now, the 12th chapter will almost now completing the whole, what do you call it? Both, actually the speaking, both Tat and Tom are over once we complete 12th chapter. So the understanding should be clear. Thereafter only the, what do you call it? It's purely the equation why this side is equal to that side. We have to understand. But before that, both the sides have to be understood thoroughly. Then only we will be able to understand their equality. Yeah, we will see that. Yeah.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Dhanyavad.